Wow, your Swamp Strider's so cool. If only I had a vehicle like that, then I could help I could help Kopaka. We look enough alike. Perfect. Now I'm Mazeka. Gee, we really did look a lot alike. Hello everyone, and welcome to the recap review. Today we're going to be taking a look at set number 8954, Mazeka. The set contains approximately 301 pieces, was released in the summer of 2008, and at time of release was approximately $30. This is a very big set, vertically big, but still big, and that's quite unique. So before I go ahead and get into the review, let me go ahead and get the disclaimer out of the way. Just because there are pros and cons in this video does not necessarily mean they are my personal opinion. I do my best to keep these reviews as objective as possible, and as such, the things mentioned in the video are taken from the community during the time of the set's release, or opinions now, or basically anything from when the set was released online, or objective facts about the set I can represent here. So unless I explicitly say so, please do not assume that anything here is my personal opinion. Alright? Alright. Good. Let's go ahead and get into the review. Now, Mazeka is immediately quite a unique set. Now, clearly the set is named after this guy, and this has a different name. It's the Swamp Strider. However, as such, let's go ahead and focus on the small guy first. I'm going to be honest, guys. This is not going to be fun. Because Mazeka is literally just Solek. And I don't mean like story-wise or that's the explanation. I mean set-wise. I'm going to keep him back here. There's no reason to bring him forward. If you've seen my review on the Optorn, you already know what this guy is. Quite frankly, it's just Solek. The gray hands have been switched out for white, and the mask has been switched out for Nuparu Mari's Vol Attack. And that's it. There's nothing different about him. Same pros and cons, kind of unique, new pieces. However, while the color scheme is consistent, he has a silver mask, which breaks that up. Head sticks out really far. He doesn't really have any eyes. He's got these blue pins sticking out of his hands and feet. And aside from that, the same cons for the Optorn. It's just the brittle sockets, chunky pieces, not really much you can do with them, and, no articulation. 2 in the arms, 2 in the legs, and 1 in the head. That's it. So, he's pretty much just the same thing. Bye. Now, and on to the meat of the set. This is the Swamp Strider. Now, there is a lot to do here, so we're going to go ahead and cover it as quickly as possible. So, obviously enough, there's a lot of pieces being used here, and they do a great job of doing what they're supposed to do. It is a giant turret you can sit in. Think anti-aircraft, which is effectively what it's supposed to be. Where do I begin? Let's go bottom up. So the legs, quite interesting. It's a symmetric build, so if you're looking for variety or something that's just going to go wow and pizzazz you, you're going to build it once, and you're going to build it twice, and then it's gotten old. So there's not a whole lot that you're going to get out of building the legs over and over again. It is still, however, a lot of fun. They do move. That's about as far as they move up, because they're kept in place by this thing. However, they will bend, and you can subsequently increase its height. So it will be much taller. Now, that's really cool. They can bend pretty far, actually, much farther than realistically they need to. So they'll kind of curl up. Maybe it's like a dead spider. But then you can kind of fold them out all the way, like so. There you go, and then it's really flat to the ground. Now, an obvious issue, and you've probably already noticed, would be the kind of incomplete look of the legs, because while they are decent legs and they're quite effective, they have these kind of open axles, the open red axles. Not only does that kind of ruin the color scheme a little bit, and it's quite obnoxious, but it does give it that kind of incomplete look. That's quite unfortunate. You see on the inside of the legs, too, there are more open axles, and some of them are even the same color. So it's quite a shame. As far as color scheme, by the way, it's quite consistent. It's blues and blacks. So you got gray, black, silver, matte blue, and metro blue, which is actually quite nice. We do have some gunmetal, and that kind of works, considering for all intents and purposes, it's a giant gun. So another function moving onward is this. Like an anti-aircraft turret, there you go. And it's not even based off of like a ricket system or what have you. It's just parts moving. You just move it up and down. And it works flawlessly. This is about as far down as you can go, which is kind of unusual. They could have knocked the peg down, but they did not. And of course, it does turn. There's no gear system here. Just a lot of friction in play. And you can kind of turn it 360 movement, so that's quite impressive. So moving up now, some might say that the gappiness is a con, and if you believe that to be so, that's perfectly fine. However, there are some that discount that as being a flaw because it's supposed to look like that. It's supposed to look like hydraulics, turning the machine up, or stilts, or what have you. So, some may not agree to that. Moving up, we have the main gun. It looks like a huge rail gun with an ammo pack on it. So on the back, it's very streamlined. It's very one direction. Everything's going that way. Even slightly indicated by the giant arrow. Now the main function of this is fairly clear. Put your hands like so. Boom. There we go. It's a giant Zammer launcher. You push this, pushes right through the Zammer launcher. Boom! Shoots it out the front. And when you've lost the ammo, put it back here. Now, what this up here does is it fixes one of the flaws of the initial Zammer design. Puts those there and prevents them from leaving, so you get a much larger ammo capacity, approximately 9 to 10 rounds total. However, the set, as far as I'm aware, only comes with 9. So, the design looks really great. It functions brilliantly. You actually have this really cool kind of, steering wheel thing here. It actually works great. It's got a seat. It looks phenomenal. Something people may not like, however, is how this kind of sticks up. It's kind of weird. It does look like a targeting system. However, some may not like that. It's more of a show piece than a play piece because these legs are effectively static until you move them. However, you can, like I said, walk it around, gallop. And other things would be the gappiness, because it is quite gappy due to the heavy usage of Technic beams. This is quite gappy. Some might believe it to be unnecessarily so. This is pretty pointless. And again, this. So, and then the red axles and what have you. The blue pins, they're discounted. However, some might not like the tan over here. So, that effectively sums it up. Let's get Mazeka back here. And Mazeka, the reason he has these blue pins is fairly evident. You kind of just put them on, connect the pins, and then just connect his hands to actually the really cool steering wheel. It doesn't actually look like it would control anything, but it is rather neat. He can kind of kick back while he kicks rear. So it does look good. The color scheme does not really conflict. I was about to honestly say Solek. Mazeka does not really conflict with the set. Blue and white is a color scheme we've seen used before, and it works perfectly fine. A little bit of story information. Velika. Why did I say Velika? Mazeka, however you pronounce it, he is a Comatorn, and he fought Voltraz, and then he went to the Order Mat Nui, joined the Order Mat Nui, got trained as an Order Mat Nui agent, and basically took this from Helrix, I guess, because she made it. And now he rode around on it, and it got destroyed in effectively a few sentences. Kind of sucks. But as far as the set goes, it's really impressive. To sum it up, it has a lot going for it. It looks imposing, it looks intimidating. The build is quite unique, it's quite inspired, and it looks just really, really cool. However, it is quite gappy, and Mazeka is more of an add-on afterthought than he is any integral part of the set. So, if you can find him, I would certainly recommend going back to get him. So that has been my review of Mazeka. What do you guys think? Do you like the set? Do you not like it? Tell me what you think, either in the comments below or on the TTV message boards at board.ttvpodcast.com. Thanks for watching, and join me next week when I go over... That's right, he's back, and he is the name of a rather popular book and movie series, Takanuva, the Toe of Twilight. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.